I picked this one yesterday. I didn't go live yesterday because I had a leaky toilet. Let's see. I don't want to speedrun this. I want to read them. I want to understand them and make fun of them if need be. I don't want to half-ass this. So from individual contributor to engineering director. Have you ever contributed to open source software? So this might be interesting to you. Today's essay is different from my previous one and a bit special. I won't be writing about how to do something or sharing my opinion on a particular topic. Instead, I'll share my personal journey and how I achieved the director position at Namecheap. For those that don't know, Namecheap is a big hosting company. I actually bought domains in the past. So this isn't just some company. It's the Namecheap company, the world's second largest domain registrar, where I've worked for nearly a decade now. Oh, what the heck? Discover more from the hybrid hacker. No, I just want to read. Got a map. So individual contributor needs to then go up, go slightly down. I guess we don't want to stay here for way too long, right? And then go to director. That wasn't so difficult. But let's see what he went through. This isn't one of those success stories where through hard work and following best practices you'll land your dream job. The life isn't easy. Ain't that easy. Oh, this could get interesting then. It's simply my honest journey of moving from an individual contributor role to a director role. It's based on what I've learned from my own experience, and although each company may be different, the fundamental principles remain the same. I believe ordinary stories are more common, and I hope my experience might be useful for others on the same path. So, I'll also share my takeaways from each phase and offer some suggestions based on what I've learned. Packing 10 years into 2,000 words won't be easy, but I'll give it my best shot. Let's begin. Elevate Conference, the sponsor. Before we get started, I want to say thanks to Plato HQ and the Elevate Conference for supporting this newsletter issue and making it free for everyone. There's an ad in the middle of this article. A freaking ad. You know what would be even funnier? If I told you about my sponsor, water. Water is good for you. And I might be a little bit biased. Should be drinking water every single day. I personally love water. And I can't say enough thanks for water. Sponsor me. It's an honor. You think I'm selling out? No, I truly believe in the product. I drink water every single day. You think this great looking body doesn't need maintenance? It's lubricated with the best liquid on earth. Watch. Nice. That felt so good. So thank you, water, once again. Back to the article. How I joined Namecheap. Before landing at Namecheap, I owned an IT company in Italy and then a startup called WP Extreme, aiming to become the first integrated WordPress marketplace. Oh wow, remember when WordPress was big? Like super big. Everybody wanted a website in WordPress. Despite we were able to raise some funds, unfortunately the project failed for various reasons, but it left me with a good network of contacts. One of these contacts at one point reached out asking if I knew someone who could help their company with building a WordPress managed hosting. Given my experience with the cloud and my involvement with WordPress, I proposed myself instead of suggesting someone else. I made this move without thinking too much, and after a couple of interviews and a test project, I was hired at Namecheap. My mission was to create the first prototype of what is now EasyWP, Namecheap's WordPress managed hosting, that today counts thousands and thousands of customers. The idea was to build it on our own commodity hardware, not relying on public cloud providers to make it affordable for everyone. Though my official title was product owner, I dedicated a few months to building the first early iteration of this product and an on-premise cloud infrastructure to host it. Working under the direction of my new team leader and with the assistance of an experienced developer and friend who was hired alongside me. Challenges, transitioning from being an entrepreneur to a full-time individual contributor role wasn't easy. For some time, it felt like a step back. You gotta do the manual work, shovel some shit. Although, when I first read contributor role, I thought of open source contributions. This individual uses these 3 words to describe a programmer. I've just realized that. That's what he meant all along. He had to do the work. Starting to work for a company as large as Namecheap, with its thousands of employees, was a different experience compared to a startup. Lessons learned: maintaining a good network is one of the most valuable assets one can build during their life. So if you're a shut-in, if you are introverted, I'm sorry, but you're fucked. Life can be unpredictable. Sometimes what seems like a step back, like transitioning from an entrepreneur to an individual contributor, is what you need to create an impressive career path. A bit of luck and being in the right place at the right time counts, you don't say. From individual contributor to engineering manager. Once the first prototype was built, we did many further iterations, and at one point the product was launched publicly. We started getting customers and scaling really fast. This is where we also started hiring new people. The cloud team was born, and I was promoted to the engineering manager position. Despite my solid entrepreneurial experience, this for me looked as a completely new world and implied a big change in my duties. While before I was the whole day and nights in front of my terminal with the code editor open, now I had to hire new people together with my team leader, take care of their salaries and raises, do one-on-ones with every team member, facilitate technical decisions instead of taking them directly, resolve conflicts, manage leaves and ensure we had backups, understand the product progress and report it to my manager, present initiatives to the wider company. Where's the programming? I have to say I was lucky enough to have the support of a good and experienced team leader that involved me in a lot of decisions, but despite this, I had to figure out many things by myself with a trial and error approach. While it was a period of very hard work and sometimes I felt under pressure, I have to say it was fun and rewarding. It was like having a fast-growing startup backed by a pretty solid company like Namecheap. Oh yeah, the best situation can be in. You got the spirit of a startup, the environment of a startup, together with the investment of a big company. Challenges, transitioning from a hands-on role where you physically build things like this. That's what he meant by physically. To a managerial position where you have to oversee people who build things like this. I'm on Facebook! Especially at the beginning, it was challenging to structure my day, and I often felt lost. I experienced imposter syndrome, and it was only later that I realized this was quite common. While I have natural inclination for bringing people together to create things, hiring the right individuals, managing them, and resolving conflicts were incredibly different tasks from coding or monitoring systems. I feel you. In there. On that. Lessons learned. Being a natural generalist, I quickly realized that I needed to hire individuals with stronger technical skills if you wanted to make a difference and achieve success. I believe that for every engineer stepping into the engineering manager role, this is a crucial step. The first thought that often crosses your mind is, if I hire someone better than me, they might surpass me. Oh, it's adorable. That's a misconception. While it could happen, you must embrace the risk and think about your team's success. Transitioning into the engineering manager role involves a mindset shift. Your focus is no longer on writing code or managing systems. Your top priority becomes identifying exceptional individuals and empowering them to drive the entire team's success. It's not about you anymore. It's all about the team, and their success becomes your success. Feeling like an imposter on certain days is entirely natural. Your work becomes more challenging to measure because it's less tangible. That's why it's crucial to concentrate on the impact. Evaluating the impact of the team you manage helps avoiding to feel an imposter. From engineering manager to director. In the following years, EasyWP became a successful product. The on-premise cloud infrastructure we built evolved into a platform and began to serve other products and teams within Namecheap. As a result, our team had to scale even more, get deeper into company operations, and transform into what we now call the clown department. It was during this transition that I was promoted to the director role. Our structure quickly shifted from a single team of 10 to 12 people to 4 teams, making a total of about 40 people in our department today. While I continued many of the engineering manager tasks from previous years, new ones piled up, such as coordinating with other stakeholders in the company, building and sharing my vision, handling the yearly budget, leading managers instead of just individual contributors. While this might appear to be an extension of the engineering manager role, in reality it is even more abstract and requires one to be proactive and somewhat creative. Challenges. Moving from what everyone felt like a smaller protected environment to a full-fledged department is a big leap. Being more involved in the larger company's plans, having more influence, means there are trade-offs. Some processes need to change and there might be a feeling of having less freedom. Guiding your team through this shift is challenging. Managing a team is one thing, but managing managers brings a whole new set of challenges. Come on, let's be honest, you don't do shit. Just sit all day and look at people working. As you climb to these positions, your work can feel less direct or tangible. While you might talk mostly with other engineering managers, it's important to keep communication open with the entire team. While individual contributors and engineering managers have access to plenty of reading material for inspiration, as you move up to higher positions, it becomes tougher to find such helpful resources. Lessons learned. The top skill to master and promote within your team is communication. As I mentioned earlier, as you advance in your role, your work might seem less hands-on. Therefore, effective communication is essential, not only within your team but also with the broader company. It's safe to say that at the level of communication required to directly link to your progress in your role. Oh, there's a chart. I see. Amount of communication as an individual contributor. But if you keep communicating, you just can't shut the fuck up. You turn into an engineering manager, you become a director. Damn it, I'm too quiet. Adapting to change is essential. With growth comes new challenges, and learning how to navigate them is key. Trusting your team and the managers you oversee is fundamental. Sharing responsibilities and believing in their capabilities leads to better team dynamics. And trust. Continuous learning and feedback are invaluable. As a leader, staying updated and open to feedback can help in making informed decisions and ensuring the team stays aligned with the company's goals. Especially when you are in higher roles, having mentors or coaches to assist you on your journey is beneficial. Exchanging points of views and experience with other leaders also proves to be very helpful. Well, this article surprised me. I thought it was going to be about open source, because he said contributor, but now that I've read the whole article, I realize that individual contributor means person who does shit, person who does the actual work. And he could have written programmer, but I believe he probably just wanted to make designers feel included as well, which is fair, but still, feels a little bit out of touch. But it did get there. He worked and got to the top. Very insightful. I'm thankful that he shared his perspective. But would I ever want to be managing managers? I don't think it's for me. I love fucking around. Let me see what the people on Reddit had to say. It's a trap! For those who like to code. Yes. If you like to be productive, actually build things, you would probably hate to go down this path. You might be forced into it because you might have just been there in the right time. You might have actually done some really good work. But this kind of role is not for everybody. If you don't like company politics, you're gonna hate yourself in this position. Going past senior engineer and the code level is going to drop. It is true. The more knowledge you accumulate, the more experience you get, the more crucial it becomes for you to pass down your knowledge and help less experienced programmers to do better. Hence the need for managers, somebody who knows, who's been through that, and manage other people to stay productive, because 2 people can be more productive than 1 person. And I use the word can because sometimes they cannot. Depends on the person. And this person got there through hard work, from what it seems. And also, being lucky. But hey, good for him.